there was a bit of a time where we lost contact when there was no social media, but
Same with
now
me and Josh,
contact is up and running, and we talk every now and again. We're both very busy. He's very successful as well, running a couple of businesses, or 3 now.
That history, that long history with someone, you can't pay for that.
Nah,
Money can't buy that.
Nah, it's insane.
Yeah,
It's
and
really cool.
that's what I see. Like a lot of successful people, they don't have those circles anymore, and they get so. On today's episode, we have Richard Detering, all the way from Germany. Just kidding, he's been here for a while. He is the FIFO trainer with his muscle lab. He's doing well. He's doing really well. We talk about social media and his success and how he's been able to acquire some customers and figure out that the niche in the FIFO space is his, based on a viral video that he released and got over 12 million views. He's also discussed his journey from the land of the Germans to here, to back again, and back here once more with his parents, and how a life of being frugal has got him to a point of wanting to do his diesel mechanic work and then pivoting into the personal training space because he's loved the gym all his life, and he's a bodybuilder too. If any of these keywords are resonating with you, this episode is a must. But for anyone that's looking to start a business or also develop a business, or you're in the FIFO space and you want to see if this man is all legit, this is the episode for you. Look forward to hearing what you have to think about it. Anyway, let's start the episode. Richard, Detering, detergent, they called you in school.
Yeah, high school.
Right.
Someone thought they were funny. I'm giving this guy way too much airtime.
Yeah.
I think I've mentioned it a couple of times.
Yeah. Speaking of airtime, how'd you find out about this place?
I just put up a story. I wanted to do some more podcasts this year. Just talk some shit, get to know some people and put out some more content in that sense. I do a lot of scripted content, although it's not scripted. It's very planned out. So just good to, just talk. And yeah, put that story up. I had about 6 recommendations and you were one of them. So
I win. Right. And how are you finding the podcast circuit so far?
Yeah, good. It's interesting. It's cool because everyone has a bit of a different way they go about things. I only have one story to tell, but I don't think I've really repeated myself too many times. I think that obviously the story stays the same, but the way different people ask questions and all that kind of stuff is cool. So
So your background is in FIFO. You're an immigrant. Mm-hmm. Your second language is English.
I don't think I've ever been called an immigrant, but 100% I am. Yeah,
well, it's important.
That's cool. Yeah, 100%.
We're establishing a relatability.
Of course. Yeah.
Oh, he's an immigrant. Cool.
Yeah.
I'm going to listen to this.
Yeah.
We're relating now.
I'd love that. Yeah.
How old are you?
28.
28. Right. And how old were you when you first migrated to Australia?
I think I was 6.
6.
Yeah,
I was 6 as well.
6 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just starting pre-primary.
Nice.
I think I was a bit too old.
And you didn't speak English?
No English.
What language did you speak?
German.
German. So you come from Germany. Amazing.
Background is German, yeah. I was born in Namibia, which actually used to be a German colony back in the day. So a lot of Germans there, used to speak predominantly German there, everyone. A lot of people still do. A lot of German infrastructure there. If you go to certain places, it looks very European, the houses and the buildings, that kind of stuff. So German background, and came to Australia, not a word of English. And I've always been very good with language and learning new languages because parents had a hunting and safari farm in Africa. So guests would come from all over the world and I would play with the kids when I was little and I'd pick up their language like within a day or two, just be able to communicate with them.
Oh, nice. So no accent though. That's good.
Yeah, because when I moved to Australia, obviously started pre-primary prep and then learnt the Australian English. So the English that I learnt was the Australian English. Yeah, with the Aussie accent. That's why a lot of people, they're like, no way, English is your second language. So,
I get the same thing. I came in, didn't speak a lick of English, still can't properly. And Russian boy coming in as the Russian tall kid. And the first words I learnt were, all the swear words, and I would be in the office the whole time because the kids said, hey, should you go say this to the teacher? It's good.
Yeah.
Like, say this. And
Damn.
But it was good. But I just say that I'm waiting for Putin's code to activate me.
Yeah.
Sleeper agent.
Yeah.
So,
I've heard about them a bit recently.
Yeah.
That's funny.
And then they ask me, how do you get so tall? I'm like, Chernobyl.
Yeah.
So just, carry it. I'm not really ashamed of my heritage. Russia's got one of the oldest cultures in the world.
Yeah.
And the culture's sick.
Yeah.
Matryoshka dolls and the Tsar. That's why the studio is called Bright Tsar Studios.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
'Cause I'm a bright Tsar.
Yeah.
Even though, the last one was executed back in just after the First World War started. Good old Nikolai.
Yeah.
Old mate Rasputin. And do you know much history about that?
No, not
Man,
really.
it's fascinating stuff.
Yeah.
The Bolsheviks, the Green Party, the Red Party, the White Party. It's a good read. It's a good read. And speaking of history, your German history, what sort of things that your parents do back home? What were they? What were their jobs? Why did they migrate to Australia?
So they, like I said, they had a hunting and safari farm. So they were in, the hospitality sort of industry there. And then when they came over here, they came over on a 457 visa. So starting a business and proving to Australia that you can, provide a value to the country.
And what was the business?
A cafe.
Cafe?
In the CBD of Melbourne.
Wow.
Yeah. Awesome cafe. But
do they still have it?
Nah, unfortunately not. No, they sold it after 6.5 years. It didn't go too well. It didn't end well because there was a bunch of unfortunate events. So when they came in, the government a couple years after, I think, changed the laws around the 457 visa, made it a lot easier for people to come in, a lot less rules. But for some reason, because they came in on the old one, they had to follow the old rules. So it was like a minimum of X amount of full-time employees. When the business doesn't do well, you still have to pay them. So, and full-time employees are a lot harder to let go. Yeah. So, they had some people that were stealing money from them out of the till, that kind of stuff. And you can't just fire them without a, good enough reason, evidence, stuff like that. So it made it very hard. And when they started out, they were one of the only cafes in the area. But then over the years, they had a McDonald's open up and a Woolworths deli. I don't know if you've seen those in the...
Oh, yeah.
So people would go to Woolworths Deli for their sandwiches. They'd go to McDonald's for a cheap coffee, and all the business just dispersed. So it made it really hard. But they did really well given those sort of circumstances. But then just had to sell it and move on. I think it was just before the GFC, 2008. They sold it. So not the most ideal time to sell a cafe.
What did they pivot to?
So they opened another business doing cleaning, so house cleaning and whatnot. We moved to Toowoomba, lived there for 9 months, but GFC had hit. There wasn't a lot of work around, so it was just tough to, run your own business in Australia during that time. So then my grandma actually got really sick, and then we decided to move to Germany for 20 months because she had lung cancer, and we were the only children that hadn't really spent any time with her growing up. So our parents were like, well, there's nothing going on around here. We might as well go move to Germany, see if anything, happens there for us, and, look after my grandma. So, lived there for 20 months. And
how old were you at that time?
This was 2009. So I would have been around that 11, 12-year-old.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. So still quite young.
So you're still, did you just go straight into school in Germany?
Yeah. So the way it worked is funny, actually. I've never been in a year 7 class, in year 7 because of all the moves. So
year 7 is such a dumb year.
It's weird.
It shouldn't be in high school. It should still be the top of in primary school. But you weren't in year 7. Yeah. Okay.
So in Melbourne, I finished up in year 6, or I was in year 6. Or year 5, sorry. And then when we moved to Queensland, I continued year 5 or 6. I can't remember now. And then because we moved to Germany, the curriculum's so far ahead that I moved back a year, and then did 2 years there. And then we moved to Perth. And then obviously because the curriculum's ahead here, ahead in Germany, I moved ahead here. Nice. So just all the moves, I skipped year 7. Went straight into year 8 here because I think it was just an age thing.
Yeah.
Because here I would have fit into the year 8 age bracket. So they just said, go straight into year 8.
Right. And how did you find that back and forth between Australia and Germany again?
Looking back at it, I think it was cool to have lived in another country like that. Completely different culture, completely different school system.
And you were still fluent?
Yeah, 100%.
Wow.
So,
and you still are now?
Yeah.
That's so cool, man.
Yeah.
I am not as fluent as I wish I was with Russian.
True. Yeah.
It's my only regret.
I speak German with my parents.
That's dope.
And I can still read it and write it, all that kind of stuff as well.
I can understand the conversations, but I just can't articulate the way
What
that
you
I
want to say.
Yeah. So if anyone migrates from somewhere else and you speak that foreign language, keep it.
It's
bilingual
cool.
is like
it's the way to go.
Very good.
Especially when you think about German as a language. I was reminded of this by my parents the other day. To speak English, you need 12,000 words, basic. To speak German, you need 36,000, basic German. So it just goes to show how hard of a language it is. But yeah, so the moves, they were good and they built character and it was good to sort of move around. But I do think that there's some childhood trauma that came from that, moving around so much and never really having those friends. Because I moved back here, we moved here. Year 8, everyone's just come from year 7. Everyone has their like 7 years worth of friendship that they've had with their friends from, primary school. And I was the new kid. So everyone had these groups and you had to sort of try and fit in.
How'd you handle that?
Interestingly, I told everyone that I used to ride BMX because I thought that was cool. I'd never rode BMX. I was terrible. So I was placed with someone on the first day and he actually sort of left me. He was like, dude, you're on your own now. Like, I don't know why the school appointed him to be the guy to look after the new kids. I don't know. He was a part of the cool kids group. And so after a while, I was sort of just tailgating him. And after a few days, he was like, bro, you've got to sort of find your own friends now. Like, I'm not your guy anymore.
He didn't think you were cool enough.
No, I was a weird German kid.
Yeah.
And I think I was still a little bit chubby then, still a little bit overweight. This before I started my gym journey. So yeah, I was just the weird German kid, which is so interesting because in Germany, I was the cool English-speaking kid.
Right.
Everyone was like, bro, you can speak English. This is so cool.
Wow.
So, because English is a second language there, and then they do a third language, either Spanish or what's the Roman Catholic language? The Pope speaks it.
What's it called?
I forgot now.
Yeah, it's on the tip of my tongue. But yeah, go on.
Yeah, so that was your choice, either Spanish or that language. So yeah, everyone was like, dude, you can speak English. And you can. I was correcting the teacher with some of the things she was writing on the board and stuff like that. So I was a cool kid. And here I came to Perth and I was the weird German kid. So it was a bit of a reset. So I just started from the bottom. Just sat with the weirder kids, and I don't even want to say that. No one's weird, but just sat with the people that would take me on and accept me for who I was.
Yeah, and that's still a hierarchy at school. Like there are the weird kids.
Yeah.
But I was a former school teacher.
Of course.
There's groups of the kids who just play sports and that's all they think about. And you can put them as the jocks, but you can also have like the cliques, like the footy guys and the girls who are into their makeup and
all that kind of stuff,
the girls that are into, getting into, depends on what year group as well.
Of course,
whether it's
transitions and moves.
Especially with the puberty stuff. But then you have like the middle of the range and those middle of the range are kind of like, they're trying to figure themselves out still. They're not the weird kids, but they're not the sporty kids. They're interesting too.
Of course, yeah.
And then you got the weird kids. They're the most interesting. I've always found the weird kids the most interesting because they're the most creative.
Yeah, 100%. Right?
Yeah. But also being a creative like myself, I was a fucking weird kid. I'm still the weirdo here. I try to
being
chill.
weird as an older person is cool, though. As long as you're not too weird, like down the wrong side of the spectrum.
I can put that on, but when people don't understand that, they think that you're like, you're all right, bro.
Yeah, first impressions are a bit.
Yeah, the humor. The humor is like, and really, you got to figure out where their politics are and how dark their humor is and sarcasm and.
I keep making the mistake of just unapologetically being myself.
Yeah,
and I've never really cared about what other people think. So it's either you love me or you hate me straight off the bat. Yeah. And a lot of people, the first time they meet me, they go, "I fucking hated you when I met you. I thought you were the biggest." Whatever I was doing at the time.
What was the reason? Did you get data on that?
I think it was. I think it's because I am quite confident, loud, outgoing, that kind of thing. So I crack a lot of jokes. Sometimes take the piss out of myself or other people. And if someone comes in and they're new, and we're good friends, and I'm taking the piss out of you, and he's just like, "What the fuck is going on?" You know what I mean? Like I just give a really hectic first impression.
Yeah.
And then after a while, when they get to know me, they're like, oh, this guy's actually quite normal. He's a cool dude, whatever it is. Like he's not just this loud, obnoxious guy.
I have the same similar problems. Actually, on the Christmas break, me and my brother-in-law were mucking around down south on the beach.
Yeah.
We had our babies with us. We both became dads last year.
That's sick. Yeah.
And he kept splashing me in, and I was like, don't stop it. Please stop doing that.
Yeah.
Like serious, hell serious.
Yeah.
And he just kept doing it, and I got louder and louder and louder.
Yeah.
But it was all just a piss take.
Of course, yeah.
And there's people on the beach. So like, should we go like help him?
Yeah.
Like they audibly
said
got
an issue. Yeah.
And they audibly said that, and they're like, and my wife, which is the sister, she was like a little bit embarrassed.
Yeah.
But that's his goal, to embarrass her. So it's funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like in public, like last week, the girls were having a hen's lunch at the Epicurean at the Crown. Please sponsor me. And
that is a nice place.
Yeah, and I did the dad thing and sat like nearby with the baby. So if the breastfeeding is needed to happen, she's right there. But also so my wife can have a good time with the girls.
Yeah, of course.
When the girls rock up, they come to me and say hello, and they hug me.
Yeah.
But I audibly go, "Oh my god, hello, just that's my piss take.
Yeah.
Everyone around just stops, going, "The fuck?"
Oh God, is that
are
they right?
but these girls know me. They know that, and I'm trying to embarrass them, but they've been around the block so many times now. They're just like
they're just used to it.
They're just used to it. But like everyone else is just like,
"Ooh, who's this guy?"
That's awkward.
Yeah.
But then when you go to America, that's all it is. It's all it is. Have you been to the States?
Ages ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love me some American culture. They're just chilling there, and they just talk so loud.
Yeah.
And you go to Italy or something, and you see the American tourists. They talk so loud.
Yeah. You can always spot them.
Yeah, and then I also I audibly go really loudly, "Man, there's way too many Americans here." And my wife's right next to me going, "Fuck, here we go."
But she's stabbed.
Yeah. But I can hear them going, "Oh, how rude!" Like, or the way that they do. "Oh, excuse you."
Yeah.
Like under their breath, and I'm just like,
trolling. You know that. Yeah.
I'm a weird troll.
Yeah.
My favorite thing to do is not ruin someone's day, but make them like kind of go in passing, like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah. Give them something to think
That's
about.
my favorite. Like that's my humor.
Yeah.
Like if the algorithm sends me that shit, it's great. If someone's like purposely disrupting someone's day, like fucking around, that's annoying.
Yeah.
But when someone's like doing their thing, but like, I don't know, just spazzing out or something.
Yeah.
It's so funny. Anyway, back to your story. You're the weird German kid in Australia. You get through school.
Yeah.
And your parents are pivoting with their window cleaning business. What are they retired now, or are they still working?
No, they're still working.
Yeah.
I'm actually working on retiring them. So
hey, that's the goal, right?
That is the goal. Yeah. 100%.
What are they doing now?
So they sold the window cleaning business, the cleaning business.
Yeah.
Dad works as a traffic controller, and Mum, she's currently, actually, this will be the first mention of, but she's been through the interview for a custody care officer, because she actually, I don't know if you saw the reel I did, might have popped up. I don't know if this was before I reached out, but start of last year, Mum was working FIFO as a assistant camp manager for a really shit company. Won't name them. Everyone knows about the company. But yeah, she was working in a very toxic workplace. So being bullied and, not feeling like she fit in, and she'd do the work, and it just wasn't, no one was keeping up with her and all that kind of stuff. She was in a manager role, but then had to clean as well. So the company was very mismanaged, short-staffed, everything. It was just a nightmare. So she called me up one time, and I could hear that she was crying on the phone, middle of the day. And, I don't know if you've had to speak to your mum while she was crying, but it's a fucked up thing.
Oh, yeah.
It's terrible.
Oh, yeah.
So I was like, I told her to catch the next flight home. I was like, I don't want you to work there anymore. I'll look after you. And I paid her the same wage that she was getting there for all of 2025. Still am paying her that much. And I'm really grateful to be in that position to be able to pay my mum a full-time sort of wage while she was looking for another job. But being that she's 60, it's a lot harder.
Dude, my mum's 60 as well.
Harder to find a job.
Yeah.
So in that sense, she found a job at Maya, Christmas casual. So cool, do the work over Christmas. It was good. And she did get some casual work afterwards, but she doesn't want to sit at home. She wants to go out. She wants to work. She loves working and she loves doing something and feeling accomplished. So I think it was a month ago, I chucked up an Instagram reel. I was like, fuck it, I've got an audience. Might as well reach out, see if anyone can help her out. Put her qualifications into the text on the reel, and had a whole bunch of people reach out. So shout out to those people. It was really cool to see, you know, everyone getting around it, people sharing it, people reposting it. It's really cool. I love that. And my fiance's auntie reached out and she said, hey, I'm a supervisor at one of the prisons here. I can see if I can get her into the custody care role. I think she'd be good for that. And that was, funnily enough, Mum was actually looking at doing that, but she didn't really have
connections,
but also didn't have a full scope of what the job would entail. So she didn't know if, you know, what that would, you know, working in a prison can be quite scary. So,
yeah.
But no, she's gone through the interview. Interview went really well, and now she's doing her pre-employment medical. So yeah, she's pretty much got it.
Amazing.
Really cool.
And that's the power of social media, and also not just creating a space to vlog or showcase your stuff to sell, but like if you're a genuine person and people follow you for your authenticity, they're going to open up their whatever resources they may have to go, oh, I can help you. That's powerful. Yeah. You couldn't do that like 20 years ago.
Yeah, exactly. You know? Exactly. And that's sort of what I was thinking. I was thinking about it for a while. It was just, how do you go about it? And, you know, Mum was still applying for jobs. So I was like, oh, I'll just leave it. But then I was like, nah, enough's enough. Let's do something about it.
So let's get on to what you actually do. Now, for the people at home, I'm going to be the curious, naive expert and ask you like I don't know. Just the way I'm going to do it. Yeah. I know exactly what you do. But I'm going to do it in a way that the audience feels like they're involved. Yeah. You have semi-retired your mum for a year. Yeah. And she obviously wants to do her thing, which kind of takes the pressure off of you. Yeah, for sure. How did you get to where you are now? Let's go through your 20s first. Yeah. And then we'll unravel your job. So you finished school?
Yeah, finished school and wanted to become a mechanic. Actually finished school, did my WACE exams. Because mum and dad were like, finish high school to the best of your ability. Big mistake. Wish I did my trade apprenticeship a lot earlier, because now I'd finished high school, finished exams, and I was, all right, time for me to start looking for an apprenticeship. People had done that 6 months ago, because that was the recommendation for the people that wanted apprenticeships. Right. Start 6 months ago. So I got really lucky, and one of my good friends, his dad owns a really big company that is in the heavy diesel mechanic space. They fix automatic transmissions. And he said, yeah, we'll get you on. We'll get you started here. And I was working there for about 2.5 years and just felt a little bit restricted, especially with being an apprentice. You want to learn all aspects of being a heavy diesel mechanic. And because they highly focus on automatic transmissions, it was just one aspect. So after 2.5 years, I've got an opportunity come up with a different company that was a mining company. So I was like, oh, that's where I want to go anyway. Always had that idea of wanting to go into mining, as a lot of people do. So I was like, oh, it'd be cool if I can transfer over. And I did. Finished my apprenticeship and started, moved into mining and whatnot. And was super stingy with my money.
Good.
Saved it up. And when I turned 21, a month after I turned 21, I bought my first house.
Amazing. So, what got you to the mindset of being super stingy with your money at that young age?
My parents didn't have any money.
Okay.
Yeah, that was the biggest thing.
So that perspective.
Yeah, they lost a lot of money coming over to this country. Like I was saying earlier, the conditions of the visa that they had, it cost them a lot of money. And every time you move, not just interstate, but international, it's going to cost you 30, 40, 50 grand, because we had a lot of stuff to move as well. Originally, parents came over with so many things 2 40-foot shipping containers worth of stuff because they were hoping to open a bed and breakfast here.
Yeah.
So they had like curtains and linen and all this kind of stuff that they brought over from our previous business. So that costs a lot of money to move around. So they lost a lot of money there. And I guess because they're a little bit older, they never really had the opportunity to invest or do this and that, things that you can do when you have time on your hands, take risks, all that kind of stuff. So I guess from a young age, it was something that I was taught or, given that knowledge around money. So yeah, that's sort of what led me to.
What an absolute gift in hindsight.
Yeah, of course.
So part of my 20s was at the age of 19, I got a car, right? And it was a VE SS Commodore.
Yeah.
V8 manual.
Yeah, perfect.
And I got it because my mum was a guarantor. So, and like she was a teacher, and we obviously came here with little money, but we had, someone that could help us. Like my stepdad already had established stuff, but he wasn't the best with money either. And after finishing school, the first thing I did was get a job. My mum said, go to uni or get a job. I got a job. I was a lifeguard. I lived in Kalgoorlie, so I had the opportunity to do mining jobs. I did a couple of shutdowns.
Yeah.
That paid me a lot of money.
Yeah.
And I was like, I did sentry work, which is, you just literally sit there.
Yeah, you're not doing much.
And it was boring as shit. And I didn't do I did my waist, but I didn't get into uni because I just didn't fucking enjoy school.
Yeah.
I enjoyed hanging out with my mates. I did still study and all that, but I just didn't focus on TE or ATAR.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, let's get a job and see what happens. I had no plan. And then I just kind of followed my nose. And then, at 19, I had a job and a little bit of an income, which warranted me getting something.
Yeah.
I'll get a car.
Yeah.
And I couldn't afford that car unless I got a guarantor. And for 8 fucking years, I was paying $918 a month.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Just paying it off.
Bro.
Yeah.
You put that in index funds.
You'd be retired.
Right now, I'd be super stoked.
Well done. Yeah.
But also in hindsight, I learned how to be stingy with money now.
Yeah, of course.
Obviously, I wish I was stingier back then.
Yeah.
Because then maybe I would have bought a house. I'm not a big fan of property myself at the moment, mainly because I can't afford it or whatever, but it's because I have other investment opportunities like the business or like index funds.
Of course.
I see more value in them and less value in having debt that has equity, but also if you know what to do with it, then you can grow. It's just not my game. So you bought your house at 21. You're a qualified diesel mechanic by then, or?
No.
So what happened in the next few years?
So, I guess I got qualified, finished my apprenticeship, continued working in the mines, did a total of 6.5 years all up in the mines. And during, I think it was around 2020, I think I got my dream job at the time, which was working for a very big mining giant in the iron ore industry. They pay really good salaries, and they have a really cool bonus scheme where you can get shares and stuff like that. So really cool job, loved it there. And we were moving from a 2-1 roster to a 2-2 roster, so even time. And one of the biggest things everyone always said, the old guys on site were like, oh, you're going to start drinking, you're going to spend all your money, 2-2 sucks, you're at home for too long. So then my idea was I need to have a hobby, or I need to do something so that I can offset that, extra time at home. And my fiance at the time, she still is, but at the time she was studying to be a PT. So I was like, oh, fuck it, I'll just do that. Like I already had people reaching out to me saying that I was motivational or this or that, posting certain things on Instagram. And by that time I'd already been in the gym for about 9 years, I think. So had some consistency, all that kind of stuff.
What got you into the gym initially?
Being a chubby kid, wanting to do something. I was never good at sport because I never played sport as a kid because we're moving around so much and just didn't really commit because parents, dad's not like one of those sport freaks that watches soccer, watches this. Well, he's not interested in sport at all.
Yeah.
So he wouldn't have pushed me into that. But just never played sport and always just wanted to get into the lifting side of things. Dad had a bit of a home gym, you know, one of those all-you-can-do machines. So I was playing around on that for about a year before I got stuck into the gym. A guy I was working with at the time, I've mentioned this a few times, we were working at a butcher. I was just cleaning for $7 an hour or something. And he was like, hey, do you want to come to the gym with me? I'm keen to start. I've never been. Do you want to go? And I said, yeah. And the rest is history, yeah.
Amazing.
I did that when I was 16. So started when I was 16 in the gym.
There's a photo of me somewhere where I started the gym. I think I was like 14 or 15, around the same age. And, man, I look so lanky, so skinny.
Yeah.
Some people say I still do. But and I started going to the gym before most people in my school. And I did it specifically because I wanted to get into a higher level of football.
Yeah.
And it was a chore. It was tedious. I wasn't consistent, but man, going back then, like until now, like, man, start as early as you can.
Yeah.
Like if you find a gym that has, kid friendly, that is suited for kids who want to become more athletic, Athletic Institute, Wangara, shout outs. Another plug. The value in that is massive. And,
of course, yeah.
And for you to be able to do that and then that translate that love and that experience in 9 years, you learnt the ropes yourself.
Yeah.
So then you got your PT ticket?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, how were you when you got your PT ticket?
This was 2023.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, so very
quite
recent.
Yeah. I only started my business 2.5 years ago.
Man, so good.
But the thing is, I'd already been through the motions in many different aspects. I'd done it with a plan. I'd done it without a plan. I'd done it off YouTube videos.
You've tested it on yourself in a way that you understand your body.
Exactly.
Right.
And I think the biggest thing that really catapulted my business at the start was my own testimonial. Just being like, hey, I've been fat. I've been skinny. I've been the small kid. I've been, the big kid, all that kind of stuff. So just posting that and showing that off got a lot of people on board early because they were like, hey, if he can do it with himself, maybe he can do it with me. That's
the way that service-based businesses usually go. The best ones anyway. You start with yourself.
Yeah.
You validate it.
Yeah.
For yourself, no one else. And then go, ooh, I wonder if I can help someone else.
Yeah.
And then...
It's funny because it started with other people just reaching out. Just being like, hey, man, like, what should I do here? Can you do, can you give me some tips here? And then I was like, hey, maybe I could, do this.
But you're covering... So my whole background to this podcast is there's three main pillars. There's your self-awareness, which is your background, your upbringing, your everything leading up to right now in this moment. And then your financial fitness.
Yeah.
You smash that and were stingy with money, but then you saved up and you have a house. You still own that house.
I sold it, bought another house.
There you go.
Yeah.
Right. And then you were able to pivot, right? So you got your self-awareness to a point where you're like, oh, I'm good at the gym. I like doing the gym. And you also didn't really want to do the other stuff.
It sort of pivoted because I still love the whole mechanic side of things. And I think there might be a time when I'm a bit less busy. I might start tinkering with my own stuff again. But it was just everything that went into it sort of took away from bodybuilding and that kind of stuff. Yeah. And I just really love helping people getting that satisfaction from changing someone's life it's awesome. You can't compare that to fixing a machine and getting it out the workshop. So
but that's self-awareness. Other people would say, I feel like I changed someone's life by fixing their car.
Yeah, of course, for sure. But
own.
Working for a mining company, there is no satisfaction in that sense because even sometimes the supervisors that you'll get will just be like, all right, cool, here's your next job.
Yeah.
There's no, and I'm not expecting a pat on the back. I'm not expecting a gold medal. I'm just here to fix shit. But there's more satisfaction in doing other things. Yeah. So that's why, the pivot was crucial.
Yeah. It's interesting you mentioned workshop. When I was 20, I started working in Wangara as a window manufacturer. Right? Doors and windows.
Yeah.
And I learned the ropes pretty quickly and I got pretty good at it. And it was just job after job after job. 7 a.m., 4 p.m. 7, 4, 7, 4. Wake up at 6, leave the house by 6:30 at the latest to make sure you get there 1 minute before you start.
Yeah.
And I would blink and 4 weeks would go past.
Yeah.
That's not how you live.
No, not at all.
And the weekends, they weren't boozed up, even though, early 20s, whatever, YOLO. But I also was playing footy.
Yeah.
That wasn't helpful for my footy. and also the $918 a month
for that car
kept me in that job.
Yeah,
I
of course,
needed to keep that job.
Yeah.
And
That's where a lot of people get stuck.
That's it. And then that's when I heard an ad on the radio when I was driving a car, and it said, "Yeah, get your PT ticket." And I was like, "I am a footballer. I'm fit. I do weights. I've been doing weights since I was a kid.
Yeah.
And I can get other people fit. I can just take the workouts, probably dumb them down a little bit from the
footy knowledge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, why not? Let's give it a go. Did the course. Took me 12 months. It should have taken me 6 weeks. But also, when you're really desperate, you'll do whatever it takes. So I did it, quit my job, found a gym, got lucky with that.
Yeah.
And even though the overheads were massive and the people in there were really cool, I met some awesome people that I like my good mates today.
Yeah.
And the reason why I left the gym was the overheads were way too much. The owner was not my guy.
Yeah.
And I built it out of my investment property that my parents had. So I got lucky in that department where they had that property. They still lived in Kalgoorlie, and I was able to build that business out of that house. And because I'd grown up in that house throughout my childhood, all my neighbors knew me, so they weren't going to, pull the flag up to go, there are way too many cars going through this property. What's going on?
Yeah.
And that was 5 years of learning my first business. And I got out and this is 2013, where things were really just like early day social media. People are still social media. Wasn't
scared of it.
Yeah. It wasn't about, leveraging it for business. And I came across this guy. He charged me $100 a month for SEO. And I was like, what the fuck is SEO? 3 months later, it wasn't working, but he told me it usually takes 3 months.
Yeah.
After the third month, I was the number one rank in Perth on Google when you type in personal training Perth.
True.
I had people from all over the place.
Yeah.
And I had 50 sessions a week. I was making $2,500 a week.
Yeah.
And I was at uni by that time as well.
Yeah.
Because when you get a Cert 4, that's like a oh, you're not a dumbass.
Yeah.
You can apply. You can apply for uni. I didn't even know that.
True.
And I was like, cool. So then I went and did my teaching, and everybody knows the story.
Yeah.
But back to you with your self-awareness and your financial fitness, and now your pivot into something that's more fulfilling, which is your personal training. And that's your main thing that you do now?
Yeah, that's the only thing I do now. Yeah.
Right. And that's the other thing that you mentioned is it's focus. It's the only thing that you do now. Do you still compete? Do you still do your bodybuilding stuff?
Yeah. So I skipped the early the season coming up now.
Yeah.
I think it's about 8 weeks away. Because my best friend is getting married in South Africa, and that would have been at 4 weeks out. And I was like, I'm going to hate the wedding because I'll be starving. And there's not a lot of facilities where the wedding will be. Plus, I probably won't look the best.
Wow.
So I was like, this is
a good mate of yours.
Yeah. He's actually bringing it back to the early days. He was the first guy I talked to in year 8 that actually gave me a chance.
Nice.
That was like, hey, like, you're kind of cool. So been best mates ever since.
And the guy that recommended you come to this podcast, Josh Hamilton, was my first kid that I talked to when I migrated to Australia.
Yeah.
What a moment. Yes, shout out Josh. And he's massive.
He's crushing it. Yeah.
I call him Big Horse.
Big Horse.
Big Horse.
Yeah.
Big Horse. Every time I see his bloody, they banned him from doing it at the gym on site where he's got his shirt off posing. But it's so surreal seeing a mate who I grew up with when we would like bash each other on the trampoline, try to drown each other in the pool, and just seeing his physique, I'm like, far out.
And he's so humble about it as well.
Yeah, dude. But like I see him as I still see him as a kid. Like we were kids.
Yeah.
And it's important because those connections you can't. You shouldn't lose those connections.
I still have one of those as well.
Yeah.
My best friend from Melbourne. Known him since I was 6 years old.
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt one last time. This is actually a sponsored post. If you need to run ads for your service-based business and you don't know how, there is one agency I would trust in the entire country and the world probably, Where You, spelt WHERE and then the letter U. They literally teach you how to run Facebook ads, Instagram ads, and create a whole funnel for you to get more business. And I use them myself. They've taught me how to do it, and I get all of the business, which is fantastic. If you want to learn how to run ads properly and dominate your industry and win all of the clients, hit up Where You. Back to the episode.
There was a bit of a time where we lost contact when there was no social media, but
Same
now
with me and Josh,
contact is up and running, and we talk every now and again. We're both very busy. He's very successful as well, running a couple of businesses, or 3 now.
But that history, that long history with someone, you can't pay for that.
Nah.
Money can't buy that.
Nah, it's insane.
Yeah,
it's really cool.
So I see that like a lot of successful people, they don't have those circles anymore, and they get so lonely.
Yeah.
And they don't hate. They do. They hate themselves.
Yeah.
So
that's sort of why I pulled out of the season A, is what they call it, the first one of the year. So I'm competing at the end of the year.
Nice.
Aiming for that.
So what's your trying to remember my bodybuilding stuff? Is that the IFBB or whatever it is? Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, pro league.
Who's the GOAT?
Who's the GOAT in Australia?
Ever.
Everyone's going to say C-Bum, but for me personally, I think Jay Cutler is
C-Bum's Chris Bumfield, by the way.
Yeah.
Just for the audience.
Yeah. Chris Bumstead.
Everyone
I
said
knows
Bumfield.
him. That's right. I skipped that.
Yeah.
Everyone knows him. He brought a lot more of the gen pop into bodybuilding and into the gym, which is really cool. And I do think he is the GOAT. But for me personally, I really like what Jay Cutler's done. And
Jay Cutler's.
And his physique still. Like he's, stood the test of time, if you will. He's 50 now or something. He's still got an insane physique. So it's cool to see.
Kai Green's up there too.
He is. Yeah.
Never got the dub.
Nah, he didn't. Nah.
But I always like the
There's
battle
chats of him
between
coming back. He said, for the right money, I'll come back. But that's for anyone.
Out. Yeah, that's cool. But I was always interested in that scene as a fuck yeah, that's sick. Would never do it myself.
Too tall.
Yeah, that's right.
In saying that though, there's some tall bodybuilders going around.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know Tyler Viskovich, I think his name is. He's 6'7".
6'7".
Or 6'8". I'm not too sure.
I'm 6'10", so I'm
tall.
like,
oh, okay.
You got to be. I feel like to really do it, you got to be perfectly proportionate.
You do.
And you have a better chance of doing that when you're shorter.
Yeah, you just fill out your frame a lot quicker. Like,
and I'm like, I think I'm more of a ectomorph. Yeah,
makes it harder for you to
and like
get into it.
And
I mean, if you are 150 kilos peeled, you do quite well.
Yeah. But
to get there, it'd just be too much work.
What I've witnessed a proper run at this twice through a couple of friends. One, my mate Chris Ormsby, one of my like trainers. That he's an exercise physiologist at Athletic Institute, and he did it back then. Like over 10 years ago, there's a picture of me and him. He's looking like a orange carrot next to me, and he did his competition. It was cool. Yeah. And then another guy, Ethan Brown. You may have heard of Ethan. He's in the creative circuit. He does all the content. Yeah, Brownie. Yeah. Brownie Gaines?
I know Brownie Gaines.
Yeah. Brownie. I discovered him when he was 14. He came to one of my tours. I used to do photography tours.
Oh, yeah.
He gave me his business card, and the business card had like flair on it. It had like texture on it. And the camera had like a little different
indent.
I was like, this kid, this is my guy.
This is sick, yeah.
And then I guess you'd say mentored him for those years, and I'd help him out. And then finally he got he turned 18. I was like, yes, no more school, let's do shit.
Yeah.
And he was helping me with editing, wedding photography, and he saw the come up of my TikTok shit.
True. Yeah, that's sick.
But then he got into bodybuilding, and he did it as well.
Yeah.
I remember he'd come over and edit my photos, and he'd be bringing his chicken and rice.
Yeah.
And he was so strict. It was a good personality trait though.
Yeah,
like the discipline
teaches you a lot.
So and now he's like a successful creator for that circuit.
Yeah.
And he's doing well. He's doing workshops for his for the creative stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, he's doing a lot of things. It's cool.
Yeah, so it's cool that you know him. Shout outs to Ethan. But with your stuff, now that you're doing your personal training and you're doing it specifically niched in the FIFO industry.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
What made you go, right, I'm going to do that specifically in that field?
It was a piece of content that went viral that sort of pushed me in that direction.
Right.
I was working with someone who was teaching me about content. I don't know if you've heard of Simon Strong Media.
Yep.
He's in the UK.
Yep.
So I did his course back when he was actually just starting. I think it was like his first year or something. 16-week course, how to edit, how to upload, when to upload, where to find training audios, all that kind of stuff. And they did a talking voiceover reel of my day-to-day, day in the life of FIFO worker. And it got over 12 million views across all platforms.
Far out.
That really brought in a lot of FIFO workers to my following.
Good.
And then he was like, go hard, this is it. This is you now. And I was like, okay.
So how do you feel that, go on.
Just like there was no one back then. I like to think I was one of the first that really specialized in that niche. 6 years of FIFO experience as a heavy diesel mechanic. So one of the harder jobs on the mines to stay on track with your fitness, because you're fucked after a full day's work. You don't want to go to the gym. So I had that experience, and then obviously the PT experience after that. So, and I saw the problem, I saw the issue, and I saw the gap in the market, if you will. The FIFO workers, they're faced with a lot of challenges that normal people don't have, and normal people don't understand. That's the biggest thing I see time and time again is some of the guys have had a PT before who was telling them to do all this shit, and they're like, I can't. And then boom, there's a disconnect between the two. And obviously I can relate. And a lot of the times it's just about having a bit of fucking empathy. Just being like, yeah, you know, I've done that before. Relax. It's cool. We'll start again tomorrow.
Yeah.
So that really helped, and it really helped me, gain that audience and, gain their trust, and people wanted to work with me then. So yeah, just really went hard on that niche. And I can still see, there was a statistic I heard the other day that a larger majority of people that work FIFO are overweight than the general population. So a lot of the jobs are stationary. You're sitting down, you're driving a truck, you're driving a machine, whatever. You're not moving around. So
yeah, yeah. So you got into this niche, and like the way that I train my clients when they try to get viral and get more audience is they have to attract to the target audience that they want. But you didn't know what your target audience was. I just
posting what I wanted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how do you feel that now that it's niche there? Money aside, you obviously have a successful business. Money aside, do you still like this specific niche?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I definitely do. Like I still sort of, I feel sorry. I don't know what the right word is here, but I can relate to the workers, the FIFO workers. I know I've been in that position.
That's important.
And I see their struggles, and being able to help them is so fucking cool.
Yeah.
So, the one thing I do get sick of every now and again is the FIFO outfit. I don't know if you know the one. Just because certain people just instantly judge me and just don't think I know what I'm talking about, or they're like, oh, this guy's a fucking weirdo. And then I'm like, am I losing credibility here? But the margin of people that think that I'm an idiot or they don't listen to me because of the outfit is so small that I just get out of my head and just keep moving forward. Because it's on brand now. People know that that's us, or that's who,
I reckon the shorts
are.
should be shorter.
You say that. It's funny. I brought the wrong ones the other day. When we were filming at the airport, they shrunk.
Oh,
so
no.
I have a pair that fit okay, and then I have a pair that don't fit at all. And it was like, hey, we're at the airport. It's make or break. Like you gotta film in these. So yeah, a lot of the airport videos, you can see the shorts are so short. It's so bad. It's funny though. It's funny. Yeah. I see the humor in it. Obviously all my clients do, and a lot of people do.
Does the misso like it?
She sees the humor for sure. But yeah, obviously a lot of those comments are just interesting from people. It's good engagement. That's why I've kept it in. It's always that like recognizability, if that's a word. People recognize me instantly when they see the videos. And it's also just a point for people to engage, whether that's hate or not.
Yeah, I mean, I started a jiu-jitsu page a month ago.
I saw that, yeah.
A month ago, and it got 230,000 views in the first post. The first post.
Yeah.
And
that was a fluke.
2,600 followers.
Yeah.
And yeah, I did a follow-up post yesterday, which was the 6th of Feb. it's gaining traction already the same way the first one did.
Yeah.
And you mentioned the word fluke, and I agree, because it's such a tough thing. Like people, like I've been teaching people how to do this stuff for ages, but I haven't been going down the path of this is how you go viral. It's how you become as searchable as possible. Number one is genuinely keyword the shit out of all of your posts to the niche that you're trying to hit. For you, it's FIFO. For you, it's mining. For you, it's exercise,
Fitness.
gym, all of that, fitness, all at the same time. And then that creates that niche. For me, it was just jiu-jitsu, done.
Yeah.
Right? Beginner, white belt, jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
And I didn't expect it to work.
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? And this is my strategy. Since the dawn of me posting anything, I'm just posting because I like it.
Yeah.
I'm just posting because it's interesting to me. But there are two different ways to strategize. Number one is the Journeyman.
Yeah.
So you're showcasing, you're
This is me,
vlogging.
this is what
This
we're
is
doing.
me. Yeah.
Yeah.
So your viral video was your vlog,
Yeah.
right? It's a Journeyman video. People
Yeah.
want to go, oh, fuck yeah, that's relatable to me. I'm going to watch it.
Yeah.
Right? And then also the other one is the Educator. So you did both.
Yeah.
You went from Journeyman to Educator, and you can still do the Journeyman as you educate and build your business.
See,
And
that's
so-
one thing I struggle with at the moment is doing the
Yeah.
Journeyman and like showcasing what I do without pivoting away from the FIFO side of things. Because I'm not a business coach. Like if I'm constantly posting about my business and how I'm doing and how I'm growing and this kind of stuff, it's going to attract a different audience. So
But your business doesn't. You don't. The Journeyman doesn't have to be about your business. It can be about a challenge that you set yourself for your fitness. Like day one of me doing this next challenge for myself, and then people jump on and go, "Oh, have you seen this guy? He's trying to do this thing. He's and you know he dresses in the FIFO clothes, so that's the relatability,
yeah.
right?" So I agree with you. Like the whole business thing, you don't want to pivot into that.
Yeah.
It's not your game. But yeah, that's what I see.
Yeah.
That's what I see, potentially growth.
Yeah, 100%. And I've seen that time and time again. There's a few people that have really been on a generational run recently I've seen. And that's because they can just talk to the camera and just spit some yarns and just do really well. One of the ones has been Donnie Vane. I don't know if you've seen him come up. No. Shout out to him. He's gained 60,000 followers in the last like 2 months, 3 months, whatever it is. Just from talking to the camera and just, you know, speaking his mind.
Yeah.
So it's cool to see.
It's how you attract them at the start. Obviously the hook.
Yeah.
How important's the hook?
100%. Very important. Yeah.
Yeah. It's the most important thing.
Yeah, 100%.
It's like the way that I tell people in my workshops is when you're scrolling, you're looking for the reason to stop.
Yeah.
And a lot of people have, almost everyone has a back of the mind problem that they have in different departments, whether it's their health or their relationships or their work or maybe like a quest that they're on.
Yeah.
But they put it away because they feel like they can't accomplish it right now. They don't want to deal with the problem, so they scroll.
Yeah.
And then you come up with a solution.
Yeah.
The hook needs to be the solution.
Yeah.
Or the hook needs to be the identifier that this video is about to help them. Oh yeah, I should.
Shit.
You're going to make them feel stupid to keep scrolling.
Yeah.
Because you're literally right there going.
Telling them.
Right?
Yeah.
But how do you do that as a journeyman? Well, you got to go, oh, I do jiu-jitsu. Oh, I was a beginner once. I want to watch this.
Yeah.
Or this is more of my audience because this is where all of my DMs are. I'm thinking about starting, or, oh, I started but I stopped, but this has given me more motivation. And I'm like, sick. That's my audience. Yeah. Right? So people come in, though, as a business already, and they go, shit, I have to make content now.
Yeah. Yeah.
What do I do?
Yeah.
It's like, listen to your audience.
Yeah, 100%.
I don't have an audience. Go to every competitor that has successful social media and look at what their audience is saying. That's it. That's it.
Solve their problems.
Solve their problems. And it doesn't have to be viral. Like, I've monetized the jiu-jitsu channel already, and I didn't have anything to sell.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
Like,
no, it's not hard.
No, it's not. And the other reason, in hindsight, I swear to God, in hindsight, that I made this jiu-jitsu page, I realized is it was a proof of concept that I still know what I'm talking about. Yeah. Because I see a lot of coaches, online coaches, gurus, social media shit, even in the fitness online industry. they don't really have anything to show. They just talk.
Yeah. Yeah. Because it's easy. Anyone could talk.
Like, and they take it from an article or ChatGPT or some shit like that. I was like, you need to practice what you preach.
Yeah.
If you don't practice what you preach,
you're lost.
You even if the stuff is good, it decays, but it also feels generic because you don't have a story.
Yeah, because there's
a
10 other people doing the exact same thing.
Exactly.
Same ChatGPT script.
Yeah. So, and that's where the difference is. You go on site and you document it, you vlog it. The Journeyman makes it real. You can't fake the Journeyman. Well, you can, but you're on a whole different level of strategy if you're trying to do that.
Yeah.
You know? So your business started in 2023 and now you're at how many clients do you have?
Currently we're around 140.
140.
Yeah.
Wow. And what's your usual package? Do you want to talk about this money bit?
It really depends, because that's one of the biggest questions I always get.
What's your most popular package?
Straight off the bat, it's the when people ask that question, I really wish I could ask them a follow-up question, because it's like, well, how much does it cost to build a house?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, 300 grand. Okay, but I want 8 bedrooms. Cool, done. Do it for 300 grand. So it's one of those things where I like to see where they're at, see where they want to get to.
So you're diagnosing.
Yeah, exactly. And then sort of see what they need. And certain people don't want the frequent check-ins and all that kind of stuff. So that's sort of where, we jump on a call first and I sort of see where they're at. Because the thing is as well, you mentioned it earlier, I don't think it was on the podcast, but being in a position where we don't have to actually take on clients. Like, we're very, very, very busy. I'm currently hiring a second coach. So 3 all up. We are busy and we are sort of continuing to grow, but we're now in a position where we can have those conversations with people. And I had one the other day where I was like, dude, I don't think we can help you. Like, I honestly think what you're doing right now is fine for your situation. And you don't have the time to invest in yourself right now to be able to follow a plan that I'm going to give you. So, having those calls is important, because if we just take on everyone, then, you're going to end up having a bunch of people that aren't really fit for your coaching or
and
whatever.
They fail. And do you reflect that back on you?
During the early days, taking on everyone, the biggest thing that I've learned, and something that I'm really teaching my other coach now, Tim, is not everyone's the exact same person. So for him and for me in the early days, the expectation is in line with what I do. So we treat everyone as an athlete, but some people just want to do a little bit of this and they're happy with that. And you just got to meet them where they are. So if you treat everyone the same, or if you expect the same of everyone, then you're going to fail. And you're going to be disappointed in yourself, because you're like, I'm not getting enough out of this guy. Like, he's only lost 500 grams. That's cool. He only wants to lose 500 grams. That's fine. He probably doesn't. But with the effort that he's putting in, that is all that he can accomplish. So having or being able to be like water, if you will, that old saying, treat people differently and have different expectations for different people, because certain people don't want to be a fucking bodybuilder. And that's fine. That is completely fine. Some people are just happy having that program in place, having a bit of accountability, and just working towards their goal, because before, when they came to us, they were going backwards or just flatline. So
yeah. Okay. And when you're onboarding them, what's the biggest thing that you look for? Is it capability? Is it willingness?
Their reason. Literally, what is your reason for wanting to do this? If someone comes to me and they go, I want to lose a bit of body fat because maybe, when I take my shirt off, some chicks might see it. That's cool. I'm like, that's not a reason. You're not going to work hard. You're not going to really put in the effort. And when things get hard, you're not going to push through because you want to lose a bit of weight just cause.
Do you have a favorite reason someone's given you once?
I think there's a lot of good ones. When people have a family and they have kids, I feel like that's a really fucking good reason.
That's my reason for jiu-jitsu.
Being healthy, being around for longer, being able to keep up with your kids, not disappointing them, and setting that fucking stand, setting the role model, like being the role model and being like, hey, you're going to be healthy because I'm going to be healthy, that kind of thing. Because life can get away and life can really fucking take a turn for the worse, or, you get busy or misses, leaves, whatever. There's different reasons why people get unhealthy, but it's then about making that change, having the right reason. And that's what the call's for as well. A lot of people don't know their reason. And it's my job to help them figure out their reason. Because when they have that reason, the results are 10 times better, 100 times better, because they keep reflecting on why they're there.
Yeah, absolutely. And do you ever record your calls?
Yeah, every single one of them.
Yeah.
Because the way it normally works is I record it so that I can review it if I'm setting up a few people. But I also record it because if I'm sending a client to Tim, then he needs to see the call. What's their reason? What do they want to do? What sort of split do they want? Meal plan, all that kind of stuff.
Do you ever use it as content?
I have plugged my scripts into ChatGPT to make content.
Nice. So what I teach is there's questions that they ask you, and when they ask you, you got to answer them.
Yeah.
You answer them authentically with your eyes closed, and you need to make that as content. So it's the same as now, the content I give you, they're called framed podcast clips. They're not framed, but I guess because I've
in a way
framed them in my mind.
Yeah.
Most people want to create podcasts to clip them.
Yeah.
But there's no strategy behind it.
Yeah.
I've got a whole map of how I'm going to ask you questions. But with the authentic side of content, you need to be able to go, right, when am I candidly giving information that more people will want to hear?
Yeah.
In your sales calls.
Sales calls and check-in replies.
Check-in replies.
Because they're Loom videos, so they have a transcript. So
Look, how good is Loom? Loom is amazing.
I rate the concept and the idea, but apparently Teller is better.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Yeah.
I haven't moved over because I'm like, man, I'm so established on Loom. I don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Teller, free subscription, 2-month trial will plug you. Sponsor. I say this stuff because the transcript of this can be discovered now through AI search.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
There you go.
You know, so your business, let's go a little bit deeper into the FIFO side of things because it's a really important topic for me. When you're not your healthiest, when you're just going through the motions, you're doing a 2-in-1 or whatever, 3-in-1, 4-in-1, and you get there and they feed you whatever. It's like
there's no limit.
There's no limit.
No one's telling you off.
And you're probably snoring and you're aching and you're going home and you're drinking. Do you see a lot of those clients come through with you?
Yeah, 100%. I'd say over half.
What is their kind of mental state at the time when they first call you?
I'd say it's 50-50, honestly. There's some guys that are just like, maybe they're just good at acting this kind of way, but they're just like unbothered. They're like, this is what it is. These are the changes I'm going to make. This is why I'm here. Help me out. But there is some guys that are just like, man, I am so fucking sick of being this way. Like, I have no energy. Can't keep up with my kids. My missus hates me. It comes up at work. I can't fit under the machine, all that kind of stuff. So I don't dive too deep with most people because as guys mining FIFO, a lot of them don't want to open up. So it is hard to get down and, deep with those kind of conversations around mental health. But I do see it quite often where guys it affects them. And I'm like, well, let's change that. And that's the biggest initial thing that we see with guys that jump on board with us is they have more energy, they have more clarity, they feel good when they wake up, they're ready to attack the day.
That's the outcome. What are the actions that you have your average member take once they've been onboarded?
So we create them a meal plan, a workout, give them some step and cardio
a meal plan.
targets.
So you've got nutritionist background as well.
It is non-medical advice. So there is that like, what's it called?
There's a gray area.
Yeah. The thing is, we prescribe whole foods. We prescribe a little bit of 20% of non-whole foods. So the thing is, with those kind of diets, you really can't fuck up. It's nothing extreme, all that kind of stuff.
What about if you collaborated with a nutritionist?
That could definitely be something that we look at for sure. I definitely think that is something that we can do in the future, as long as the nutritionist's views and knowledge aligns with ours. Obviously, I have that in the trenches knowledge. I've been there, I've done that. I've had a lot of clients sign up and they said they've had a nutritionist before and they did this and that. And I was like, well, Did it work? No, it didn't work. So I'm not saying all nutritionists are bad, but some of them just have a bit of a textbook knowledge that they've learnt through study or whatever.
Right. I agree 100%. And this is before we turned the cameras on, we spoke about my new pivot in my personal brand of being a people broker.
Yeah.
Right.
A PB.
A PB. Someone that connects you with the right people because I have vetted them myself.
Yeah.
And I know that they're not textbook. They have textbook principles, but they also have new age stuff that I personally have seen work. So there's a nutritionist that I invested in. Her name's Liesl. Reframed. Her business is called Reframed. And I took photos of her personal training business years ago. She hired me for a photographer. And yeah, we'd been like mates ever since, just kind of following each other on Instagram. And then she's starting this new business. I was like, you know what? And South Africans, because she is one, I was like, she's intimidating. I like that. I'm going to give it a go.
Yeah.
Right? And she gave me the whole, we need to reset your body. We need to get rid of the withdrawals because hunger is a withdrawal symptom, right? Not many people know that.
Yeah.
So what am I withdrawing from? Carbs, sugar, alcohol, 3 times a day meals.
Yeah.
So she goes, let's give that a go. Let's weed you off of this stuff. So we went low carb and we eased into it. And I'm like, okay, I've done this before, by the way, like the keto thing. And I know it works for me, but I'm like, I need this accountability.
Yeah.
So first month, yep, good. Got rid of the withdrawals, whatever. And I love meat. Who doesn't? Except for vegan.
Absolutely.
And then she goes, right, I want you to do 1 meal a day. It's like, I mean, I don't really eat until after lunch anyway because I'm not hungry.
Yeah.
So, but I'm probably going to do this. I'm like, I get pretty hungry around 12, 1 o'clock. She goes, that's okay. Have a black coffee.
Yeah.
I fucking hate black coffee. You don't even drink coffee, so you get it.
Yeah.
But I need milk. She goes, no, milk turns into sugar. And I'm like, okay, fine. I'll do it.
Yeah.
But she convinced me.
Yeah.
And then 4 months later, recently, I'm still on 1 meal a day.
Yeah.
My habit is 1 meal a day.
See, I don't like that approach.
Yeah.
Personally.
But that's my approach.
Of course.
And
it works for certain people.
But she doesn't tell that to everybody. She's not a textbook. Okay, everybody does 1 meal a day. Yeah. Right. So, but I understand why you would say that as well. Yeah. And for me, it works. Yeah. When someone else asks me, "Oh, you're looking so good, Seth. Your energy's up." Like this. Truthfully, this podcast. Last year, around this time, I'd be fucking zoning out. I'm like, I'm in.
Yeah, your focus.
My focus.
Yeah.
And also, I did jiu-jitsu this morning.
Yeah.
Didn't carb up. Didn't have a banana or any of that. Didn't fuel up for it. Didn't have creatine. The only thing I have was electrolytes in my water. Yeah. And it's pure, like no flavoring or any sugar shit.
True.
Just straight salt.
Yeah.
Out of a packet that I spent fucking too much on. I'm just going to start doing just salt from now.
Yeah.
But anyway, it works for me. I sleep well. Yeah. I eat at night at 10 p.m. I've got the Terry Crews window at the moment. So between 2 p.m. and 10 p.m. is my open window. Yeah. So it's not 1 meal anymore. It's like a soft meal at the start, like in the afternoon, and then a bigger meal. It works for me. And
that's sweet for sure because your goals align with that kind of stuff as well.
And I'm getting stronger. I don't feel like I'm losing muscle mass, right? And like, and for her, I'm like, okay, cool. But I haven't got enough data for how she's helped other people, including FIFO workers. Yeah. But yeah.
Because that's the thing when you work FIFO, you're from, 5 a.m., you're slogging away, you're working away. So people that skip breakfast, I'm like, eat some breakfast, tell me how you feel. They feel amazing. Yeah. And I'd say 70 to 80% of the guys that sign up with us want to lose body fat, but also gain some muscle. Yeah. Now, although that is, a lot harder than if you just focus on either one, if you're eating the right amount of food and you spread it out throughout the day, you're eating a good amount of protein, you are going to get stronger and maintain or build some muscle during that time. Because a lot of these people, they come to us, they're quite new to structured gym training. So if you just go around and do whatever, you can accomplish something. But adding structure in really helps you level up in that
100%.
sense. So if you're fueling yourself throughout the day, you're eating your 4 or 5 meals, whatever it is, awesome.
If it works for you, it works for you. But consistency.
The proof is in the pudding.
Yeah. How long does it take for you to get them to that habit state that you're after so they can get that consistency?
Some people start from day one. I'm like, and I let them know as well. I'm like, dude, this is not normal. This is sick. Not normal though. And we just set the expectation of, hey, we're throwing a bunch of new challenges your way, bunch of changes, a bunch of new habits, all that kind of stuff. Just ease into it and aim to be that 1% better every single week. And I guess that's where the weekly check-ins come in, and that's why they're so good, because we track everything on a weekly basis, and I can tell them, hey, this week you did this really well. Let's improve here next week. Setting them small goals.
And you set it all up. How do you keep track of it all? What sort of program
Just
do
on
you
an
use?
app.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So you built the app as well?
Nah, it's just a coaching app that I use. Yeah.
Train Heroic?
It's called OneFit.
OneFit?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. I found
Sponsor.
I used Trainerize to begin with, but at the time when I was using it, they just didn't have a lot of features that I really wanted in there, like being able to create meal plans and in-app check-ins. It was always external, so you'd have 6 different apps to run one sort of system. So this is all in one app, which is cool. So
you've mentioned the outcomes of your clients. Just go through them quickly again. After how long on average?
People see it in the first week.
In the
Better
first
energy.
week? What is the energy?
Yeah, energy levels are back because they're eating, a good amount of food. They're eating the right food. You're getting away from all the processed shit or beers or, all that kind of stuff. So a lot of the people do see it within the first week or 2.
Nice.
And with that, depending on how bad their diet was before, you'll see a lot of weight drop as well from the inflammation, from the water retention, from all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I'd say first week or 2, if not the first month, they will see, crazy benefits.
Let's talk about the results of the results. What do they tell you?
In what way?
So they feel better, but then what happens to them?
Well, it just seeps into all aspects of life. And that's one of the biggest things that I say when I am talking to them on the call is like, you're thinking about, losing 20 kilos and trying to keep up with your kids. But all of a sudden, your work improves, your relationship improves, just everything improves. So losing the weight is one thing, but seeing how it affects you or the doors it can open is a whole nother thing, because a lot of times you don't even know what doors it's going to open for you. When you start, certain people, they start running or they start working towards another goal or they get a new hobby or anything like that. They can go to the beach and take their shirt off or,
Give me one story. Give me one story of a client. Yeah. You don't have to mention their names, but just tell me through the entire process from to that endpoint.
Who has a good story? I have a relatively funny story. So, I don't think he'll mind me mentioning him. His name's Brendan. He actually came and bought my car off me originally. And we were just talking while he was doing settling the paperwork and whatnot. And he was like, oh shit, you're a coach. Yeah, I'd love to get on board. And I'm like, yeah, okay, everyone says that. No worries. He's like, give me 2 months. I'm gonna do a little bit myself. I was like, yeah, okay, cool. Yeah. Enjoy the car. I'll see you never. And then 3 months later, like almost to the day, he messaged me. He's like, hey man, I'm down about 7 kilos. I've hit a massive plateau. I don't know where I can go from here. Can you help me? I was like, hey, whoa, you're back. Okay. Yeah, sick. Still has my car to this day. So he signed up, and this would have been a year and a half ago. So we've been working together for a while. He ended up dropping another, I don't know the exact figure. It was around 15 kilos that he dropped as well. He got proper lean, and this is a guy that can adhere to.
He plateaued at 7, and you helped him get a further 15 kilos.
Either 15 in total with that 7, or it was a lot. It was definitely a lot. He got lean.
But you helped him break the plateau.
Yeah, 100%.
Mate, okay, then
really cool. Got lean as fuck, abs, everything, muscles, striated, all that kind of stuff. Really cool. And then we built back up. He wanted to do his first proper bulk. We got back up to 90 kilos. He still had some abs. He was looking good. Long story short, we did a couple more of them, and now he's actually competing at the end of the year in a bodybuilding show.
So he went from a non-competitor at all to now getting
He was interested in it, but he never really knew the process and didn't have the physique for it, all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, Awesome. And now he's even looking at, I don't know if this is still his plan, but he's looking at doing some PT stuff as well. So
Bro, how cool
moving
is
into
that?
it.
How's
Really
that,
really
how's
cool
that feel
story.
for you?
Yeah, it's cool. It's really cool because I'm now good friends with him. You know, I've seen him a couple times. He still has my car. So really cool to see that he's looking after that. And, you know, I was able to help him completely shift his life. And like I said, you don't know what doors are going to open for you. He's now looking at a career change. So really awesome to see.
Money can't buy that experience.
No, not at all.
Congratulations, man.
Thank
That's
you. Yeah.
awesome.
And it's just like, you don't even think about that. Like I probably have, you know, I don't want to say 100 stories, but a lot of stories like that. And I just keep ticking along. Like we're just doing it.
How many times have you told that story recorded?
I think maybe once, but I'm not too sure. Because I haven't told the story of him competing.
So
That's only a this year thing.
So here's what I recommend for your business and marketing. You're crushing it anyway, but here's, if you do find for some reason a plateau.
Yeah.
Those stories, like literally as I'm listening to that, I'm going, fuck it, I want to sign up to this.
You know, I've actually made a reel about it now that I think about it. Brendan's story.
More. You said you had 100? I want all of them.
Yeah, and it's funny you say that because I film my content with one of my good friends, Liam Dugan Fit. You might have seen him around. He's the content goat, in my opinion. I go to him with no ideas and we come up with 6 to 8 reels every single week. We film on a Wednesday.
Liam Dugan, is he a fitness guy or is he a comedian?
Fitness.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
He's a bit of a comedian, but he doesn't film that.
I've had a couple of PT clients that I've helped with their marketing, and the one idea I'm really, no one still tested it. Is this is more of like an in-gym PT, but you start off at the face and you slowly zoom out, and the caption at the top is, guess what workout I'm doing, or guess what exercise I'm doing, and you have to like figure it out before it like zooms out to reveal it. I reckon that'd be cool.
I'll run that 100%.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think that's cool. Yeah, I think I'll make it happen.
Yeah, and
if it goes viral, I'll be back here.
Do like 10 of them though to test it.
Yeah, of course.
But just like
trial reels,
slowly, and then just like I would test a couple of variables. One is being a weirdo eye contact, like the whole time, like
dead straight. Yeah.
And maybe another one would just be like, I mean, if you do it with a chick that's got her hair all done up and stuff, that'd be a funny meme. But yeah. Oh, okay. I'm gonna go through some random questions just about the fitness industry and the whole thing. So I'm just gonna fire away. Thoughts on those short leggings that make the butt a bubble? Fucking bubble thing that chicks do right now. That's the current trend.
I am very biased because one of my close friends owns Velocity.
Okay.
So she created that bubble butt look, scrunch shorts.
Yeah.
No, I rate them. I think there's a lot of people that are outside of the gym that might sexualize them because it's not in their capability to realize that chicks can wear some shorter shorts because it's a good way to train.
Yeah.
I wear short shorts in the gym as well.
It's not that they're short. It's the fact that the elastic at the bottom is so tight, it keeps it up.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's like contouring for your bum.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, if you got good glutes, you got good glutes.
Of course.
And just that little extra over the edge, you're just like, yeah.
I think with that, I think the design of the shorts matter. I've seen a lot of companies, I don't want to throw shade here, but there's a lot of companies that haven't designed them properly where it's literally restricting the bottom.
I've seen that.
The legs. Yeah. But no, I really rate Velocity's shorts. They've gone through years of perfecting it. But it also comes down to the owner of the shorts buying the right size. There you go. Calling out the women that are not buying the right size because that is, bro, just go a size up.
Is that the equivalent of a dude who purposely gets a smaller shirt to make his arms look bigger?
I think so. Possibly, yeah. I think so. But in saying that, I used to be that guy when I was literally 80 kilos ringing wet. Yeah. Or maybe 70. I don't know. Yeah. I was doing that when I was small. Now, it's funny, you pivot from doing that to wearing oversized shirts so that you look smaller.
I mean, right now, I can see myself on camera. My arms,
jacked.
But I just look at that. I'm like, man, I look bigger in a shirt and the singlet. Maybe it's the angle. I don't know.
It's the lighting.
Look pasty. Oh, dude, my I have gained muscle just doing jiu-jitsu. It's crazy.
Of course.
And
it's a physical sport.
And I haven't been to the gym in 2 weeks, and I feel guilty, but at the same time, my trainer's like, nah, it's okay.
Yeah, you're doing other things.
But I do need to do some like maintenance, like mobility stuff.
Yeah.
And it's important. But is there, like, I asked a guy that does BJJ and is a FIFO worker. He's like, do they do rolling on site somewhere? That'd be a thing.
That would be funny.
That'd be sick.
Just seeing that. Because some of the gyms are as big as this studio.
Yeah.
So you just got a guy rolling around in the corner. You might bump into him. Not even on purpose. Yeah.
You like rock up at the gym at 5 a.m. and you see these dudes going at it. You're like,
the thing is, it'd be 2 a.m. 5 a.m. you start work.
Oh, yeah, true.
2 a.m. That's what would make it even wilder. Just getting up at 2 a.m. to roll around on the floor.
Now, being careful how I word this. My whole philosophy on FIFO work is you need a plan to get out. Because if you don't plan to get out, you'll get the golden handcuffs. What that looks like is you get your house, you get your Hilux, you get your jet skis, you get your whatever else you want.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden you have debt. And you have no choice but to keep working.
You have to service it.
How often do you see that happen?
95%. I see that purely, that statement gets confirmed by how viral every one of my videos around that topic go. I posted one last week or this week, I can't remember. I think it's around 250,000 views. Just being like, POV, you just get home from your first swing. And it's just me at the jet ski dealership, the Land Cruiser dealership, and the Ford Ranger dealership. So... And yeah, I think that video has 6,000 likes or something like that, shared to fuck. So it's relatable. It is very relatable. And if people haven't experienced it themselves, it is just the stigma that's put around, FIFO workers.
Yeah, and my most viral video about FIFO topic has been with Josh sitting across from me. We talked about it.
Yeah.
And then another video that I interviewed a kid on the street. He was thinking about doing FIFO. I said the same lines. It went viral.
Yeah.
Right? It's relatable.
Yeah.
Right? And it's one of the most popular industries in Australia, so no shit, right?
Yeah, of course.
But going back to the important part of the topic, 95% of them are shackled.
Yeah.
How important is their mental and physical health to help them unshackle?
I think it's very important. I think it's one of the most important things that people might not even consider to be important. Because if you have those kind of things in check, everything that comes with having a good physique is discipline, is consistency, is drive, motivation, doing the hard thing when you don't want to. And that is, I think, what ultimately set me up for creating that exit plan. Because I was working 3 jobs for a while. For 6 months, I was working 3 jobs before I quit FIFO. So I was doing the FIFO job. I was working as a group fitness trainer, and I was coaching people online while still filming content and doing all that kind of stuff.
You made the pivot, but you were clear, you were focused, you were fit, you were healthy,
consistent,
you were sleeping well,
mostly,
right?
Not on site. Yeah,
but
but even then, like, I made time to sleep right on site. There's different times when you can get a bit of extra sleep, and certain people just don't.
Yeah.
So,
what got you to finally take the leap and leave FIFO to start your business?
I got too busy. Literally got too busy. And I've said this a few times, but I only upon reflection figured out why I was so successful and why I left at the right time. I left January 16th. New year, new me. Everyone wants to get in shape. And I was the guy. I was 2024.
Yeah, okay.
January 2024. So when I left at the time, I was like, oh shit, this is what it is when you just commit full time. Like, I think I was signing between 6 and at the peak it was 12 people per week. So I was filling up real quick. And at the time I was like, oh, this is just me being a full-time PT. I guess this is quite normal. The 2nd January I was like, oh, okay, last year. I was like, cool. This is when everyone wants to make the start, wants to get into it, whatever reason it is. And it's funny because it's linear and it increases until about May. Because May, people are like, holy moly, we're 5 months in and I haven't done anything. I need to do something now. So the biggest signups, or the most amount of signups we got, was actually May.
Right.
Last year.
So you've done 2 full laps of the sun. What's been the biggest challenge for your business in those 2 years?
That's a good question because we've had a lot of challenges. I think just the overarching challenge is finding the right people to listen to and to take advice from. So I had a few people that I've listened to in the past that gave me terrible advice.
On what? Like the business or?
On the business and how to go about it and all those kind of things. It might not have been terrible advice, but for the long run, it's definitely not good advice. And
the wrong advice is terrible advice.
Exactly.
But also you have to sometimes take that advice to test it, to discover that it's the wrong advice. Because without any advice, you're guessing anyway.
Exactly.
And it's better to, take and is the advice from someone else's experience in the same field?
It is, but they went about it differently. Okay. So it's funny because, like you said, any advice is better than no advice, because with my mindset and how I go about things, I took that advice and I still pushed myself ahead. So just having someone there being like, hey, you need to do this. And I was confident that what they were saying was the correct thing. I still 3x my revenue listening to that advice, or still did this and that, still did different things. But then now reflecting back, I'm like, okay, if I didn't do that and I had the advice I have now, I would have gone about things completely different. And I'd be in a completely different spot.
Yeah. Okay. And I like how you reflect on that too. That's very important. You ever go down like this rabbit hole where you go and pinpoint the exact moment this whole thing started and you're like, whoa, if it wasn't for that, it wouldn't have been here or whatever. And like you meet this person and like your mate with the car, but also the wrong advice can lead you to a really good outcome.
Yeah, of course.
Right?
100%.
So you got to take it. You just run with it.
As long as you're still in an okay position now.
Of course. Yeah, you got to look at the risks. I was talking to my mate this morning on our Jacob's Ladder session, and it's all about looking at that risk analysis and going, right, sounds like good advice. What is worst case scenario? Best case scenario, obviously, is nice. Yeah. But what's the worst case scenario can we afford if that happens? And
see, a lot of times I don't consider that, or I haven't considered that in the past. And I think that's where I've just put too much trust in certain people and possibly just taken advice blindly, which has led to big monetary losses.
Potential losses or actual losses?
Actual losses.
Oh.
And it's funny you mentioned a marketing agency because I got absolutely burnt by one. We were talking about that before.
Go on. Tell me the bad habits, not the agency.
So I've actually not spoken about this publicly, but someone recommended to me to jump on board with this marketing agency because he was like, look, you have a lot of disposable cash. Let's try and get someone to just run your ads. Because I taught myself sort of. I had someone teach me ads. Otherwise, I'd be so lost. But I just wasn't doing anything with them. I had ads running and they were just running for themselves. They were pretty good and they were doing well. They were bringing in leads and the cost of the ads were covering the leads. And then everything after that was profit. So the original sign up from those clients was covering ad spend. So doing well. Everything was going fine. But we were like, let's try and level that up. You've got the disposable cash. Let's just do it. And the agency itself charged, I forgot the number now. I can't remember if it was $6,000 or $8,000 a month.
Yep.
Just to utilize them plus ad spend. And at the time it was around $120 a day.
Right.
So it added up across the minimum term of the contract, 3 months, ended up being around $35,000 that I invested into ads and the agency. And during the 3 months, we had 0 ROAS. And
why was that not alarmed in the first month?
It was, but then there was a contract and the guy being like, no, it'll work. It just needs to pick up. The first month we just trial some things. Yeah. And then the second month, in the second month I knew. I was like, this is dead. This is completely dead. Yeah. And it's so dead to the point where my Meta Ads account is now struggling to get out of the learning phase with certain ad sets because it doesn't know who my audience is.
Yeah, it's funny you mention this. The sponsor of this podcast is actually Where You. You would have seen the reel halfway through this episode. Again, if you're a service-based business, go check out Where You and do the workshop, and you'll get leads before the workshop finishes. Most likely, check out their landing page. It's longer than me. back to you. I love doing that shit. But yeah, that is the most common problem that when businesses come to me to ask for help. I don't run ads. I've run ads, but I don't do the ads. Yeah. I teach organic.
Yeah.
Right? Organic is trust. And organic is when you do it right, which I have done over and over, you don't need ads.
Correct. And when you have organic in line, when your organic is good, the ads can
yeah, exactly. That. So both is optimal. Having organic rolling ongoing, it's like because I booked out my business without a single ad. I tried ads at the very start, $5,000, fucking nothing. This was 5 years ago. I was furious. I was like, fuck this ad shit.
Yeah.
And then I met obviously Brandon, and I was like, no, I'm going to give this a crack again. Because every single other attempt, it was just like, no.
Yeah.
He's the only one that's actually made me ROAS, which was 4 or 5 times. Like consistently 4 to 5 times.
Yeah.
And going back to like the people that I would recommend, he is like no brainer. But he teaches you how to do it.
Yeah.
He doesn't fucking do it for you.
Yeah.
And that agency that stitched you up, it happens more and more now than ever before. And I feel so terrible hearing this from these businesses that come in. I'm like, man, like $15,000, $30,000. It's like, you need to come in and understand what is going to be measured and how is success defined and how soon it will happen and what's the guarantee. They're going to say, no, what's the guarantee? The 3-month thing, it's a classic stitch up, but it shouldn't take 3 months at all.
Nah, it shouldn't have. It shouldn't have. The thing is, it was working before. That's the thing.
And they
fucked it.
Yeah. So now would you say you're getting more leads organically?
Well, the way that I'm running my ads at the moment is just, what are they called? Awareness ads. So I'm no longer running DM ads or form ads. So I am just showing people what I do. Awareness, just being like, hey, I'm that guy. Drop me a follow maybe. And I have someone that then from there, talks to those people, books them on calls, all that kind of stuff. So I do still get a lot more people organically, especially when something goes viral. Obviously, pretty simple.
Yeah.
I'm really good friends with the owner of FIFO Oz, which is the biggest FIFO Instagram page on Instagram in Australia. I think they have over 400,000 followers. So every time I collab with them, huge influx.
So collaboration is such an awesome tactic. Like I've got a friend, his name's Scott. He runs a Facebook page for mining, underground miners, Australia or something, or WA. And he's got over like 100,000 members in there. Could be a good connection.
Yeah.
Shout out to
We'll
Scott.
chat after.
Yeah. But yeah, that's his business model. He does that and sees that. But the problem is there's no measurement of where you get the leads from. So whether you already know this or not, it's very helpful to understand where your leads come from. Yeah,
and I actually know where mine come from.
Right.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, they don't. They don't know. They're just like, oh, I've got this. This literally happened the other day. Oh, this agency, I've been with them for 3 years and they charge me $800 a month, but I don't know if I'm getting leads from them.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Why don't you ask them, or why don't you figure out how you can measure it?
They should be telling you.
Yeah. And then they're like, oh, I don't want to stop it because what if I am? It's like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Holy shit. I can do so much more with that 800 than this agency stuff. But let's go away from agency bashing and let's go back to your career. Where do you see your self in the next 3 or 4 years with this?
More growth. I think, and something cool. Again, I'm just throwing out exclusive news here, something I haven't talked about yet.
So many firsts on this episode.
Of course.
It means I'm good at this.
I'm currently working on an app,
my
own app, the Richard's Muscle Lab app, which will be it'll be an entry point, a lower entry point. Things are a little bit more automated in a sense. And I'm hoping to grow that. So I'm not going to talk about how, because I don't want anyone to steal that idea just yet.
I love it.
But really, really grow that, impact more people in a good way, and and yeah, just continue to be that guy, to be that,
Nice.
to be the person that people look to for their health and fitness help if they work FIFO or not. We have a lot of guys that don't work FIFO as well.
It's a great niche, man. With your business ventures, what's been your biggest win since starting the business?
Biggest win? That's a good question. There've been so many small ones, just along the way. But you'll like this one. My biggest win is hiring Tim, for a lot of reasons. So I actually, long story short, he came to me at 8 weeks out. He was prepping for a competition. I'd already been speaking to him a bit, but I was like, hey, you're doing cool. You're doing everything right. Don't worry about it. I can't help you anymore. His coaches stopped checking in on him. He was 8 weeks out. They hadn't done anything with his food. And he was like, I don't even know if I want to compete anymore. Like, I'm not ready. So I took him on. He crushed it. He won the overall in Bunbury.
Wow.
He came second in WA and then 5th or 6th in Australia.
Wow.
During his competition time. He nailed it. So I was like, this guy is cool. He's got the values that I want. He's a bodybuilder. He is absolutely like really, really keen on the bodybuilding side of things. Yeah. He's strict and consistent. He's a better bodybuilder than I am, like on many different levels. And he's loyal as fuck. He was one of the guys that bought the first shirt, and then I bought out another range, and some different colors, and he bought everything. He wanted to be a part of the brand. He loved the brand, all that kind of stuff. He was always repping it. So I was like, you are my guy. I want to offer you the job. And he originally mentioned that he wanted to move into the coaching space. He was working in mining himself. And I was like, I had to hold my tongue because I didn't want to distract him from the competition. But after he finished competing, I offered him the job and he took it up. So props to Tim for being a good mate and a really good head coach of RML. I was learning a lot. I've never hired anyone. I've never, done anything like that. And there is so much involved with that. I've only recently actually now taken him on as a full-time employee with the right guidance from my business mentor who I'm with right now. So yeah, really cool. I was able to, within less than 6 months, give him the opportunity to leave his full-time mining job and move into something that he's passionate about full-time. So that's honestly my biggest win, being able to give him the opportunity to take that. And the coolest thing from that is he's taken that fully on board. Like, he's loved it, the opportunity. He's not taken it for granted. He goes above and beyond and does anything he can to, uplift the brand and continue to grow and scale, all that kind of stuff. So I think that's been one of the coolest things that I have done in the last 2 years since starting the business.
Yeah, definitely send that clip to him.
Yeah, he'll love that.
The benefits of finding someone who's loyal, who matches what you're after, and all the rest. That was a long list of green flags. And finding that on Seek is almost impossible. Yeah, you do that through connecting, through building solid relationships. Yeah. The 2 employees that I have. One, I don't like to call them employees. They work with me as people that are just making everything easier. Yeah, and exactly. It was through a journey and collaborating and networking. Yeah, and one of them, I remember I was doing some advisory for a business, and they said, we need a full-time creator. All right, let's do Seek, I guess. This is the first time I'm probably doing it. Yeah. Fuck. Yeah. And all these people came in and
you have to interview them.
Oh, man. Yeah. And they just when someone interviews a creator, as a business owner, almost no one knows what they're looking for. Yeah, of course. I know exactly what I'm looking for. Yeah. And the first thing I expect is, do you have a portfolio? Do you have videos I can see? Because that's all you're going to be doing the whole time. You're a creator. Yeah. If you have no videos, you're out. I don't care who you are.
Don't rock up to the interview.
I don't care if you graduated uni or whatever. Honors. If you don't have a social media account, because that's what you're going to be doing.
Exactly.
I'm not teaching you this.
Yeah. That'll take years, so much time.
Anyway, my guy nailed it. He was there for 18 months. And then he decided to leave and do something else and said, I want to work with you. Yeah. And he said, for you. I was like, no, you're working with me. Because I want you to kick my ass And that's who I look for. People that can kick my ass to make me better.
Yeah.
And yeah, dude, what a cool story, man. Luca, the other guy, or the first guy I'll talk about is Fraser. Luca, the other guy, he does all the podcast stuff. He's just come in and just like smashed out. He's just like taken it on and just figured it out. And he's coming out of his shell a little bit. He's younger. And then there's like, I always obviously mentioned Ethan. Those guys, Ethan is unemployable.
Yeah, that's a good
in a good way.
Good way to be. Yeah,
in a good way, because he's running his own thing, and there's so many others that are like just unicorns out there. You need to like capture them, or not capture them, but like leverage them, but give them back.
Yeah,
as well.
the take them on board, get them on your team, and that's what I've done now. I've sort of announced this, but not really. Another first. There you go. I've hired another Tim, or am hiring another Tim.
His name is also
His
Tim?
name's Tim. Yeah, we're going to have
Jesus.
T1 and T2. It's going to be fucking sick. He
There's
another
a Terminator joke in that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The point at which I needed to hire a second coach came up.
Yeah.
And the advice is, and what I've taken from obviously hiring T1 is look internally. Like you've said, you can't find these people on Seek. And yeah, the other Tim came up and I was like, this guy works FIFO. He's a qualified PT. He runs his own thing, but hasn't really gone all in. So yeah, I had a chat with him and he's like, yeah, look, I love what you guys do. I'd love to be a part of the team. And the coolest thing about T2 is he specializes in endurance sport, running, high rocks, marathons, triathlons, all that kind of stuff.
Such a good niche too.
Awesome niche.
That's actually
something I have no idea about.
That's something on the up, like big time. Like,
Yeah.
I see more and more
getting
people
very
do
popular. Yeah.
triathlons and stuff. Like a friend of mine, his name's Alex Coe. Shout out to Alex. I used to play footy with him. He built a brand called Sub 10 Loading.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, I haven't spoken to this guy in a few years, but I'm fucking in. I'm rooting for this guy. And then he just did the Bunbury one.
Yeah.
Bustleton, I think one. Sub 9. He went sub 9 by like 3 minutes.
Yeah, right.
And I was like, fuck yeah, it was a
That's
sick clip
yeah.
of him. But yeah, I'm seeing more and more people do the journey. And I'm like, far out. That's hectic. I don't know if I could ever do triathlon.
No,
but
crazy.
jiu-jitsu, man, again, like for me, I said to my trainer, shout out Mel, Athlete X, I was like, right, I need to not get killed, but also more importantly, not get injured, because you get injured, you're killed anyway.
You're out, yeah.
And like today's open mat session, I just got sat on again by dudes that are bigger than me and or slightly smaller than me, but they just leverage better.
Yeah.
So that's technique, right?
Of course.
You learn that on the mats. But what you don't learn on the mats is how to prevent injury. And that's like huge.
Yeah.
Right? And people that want to do hobby sports, preventative injury training or mobility work is something that is not really looked at the moment. Like, yeah, there's Pilates and shit, but that's for the
I'm really big on remedial massage and dry needling. I've been doing that for pretty much 5 years now. At least once a week.
Man, did that deep tissue as well?
Yeah. But I've never had an injury, touch wood. Where's your wood?
Yeah, absolutely. All my injuries come from blunt trauma.
Yeah.
So ACL reconstruction was a landing that went wrong.
Yeah.
And you can't train for that.
No.
And then someone landed on my ankle, full body, as I'm trying to hurdle over him. Ankle reconstruction. Fell off my skateboard.
Yeah.
Wrist reconstruction.
Yeah.
But everything else is fine.
Yeah.
Like, at 35, I'm
doing all right.
I'm doing all right. My lower back could be better. My posture could be better.
Yeah.
But I'm looking down at everybody. So
it's all man. Yeah.
But yeah, the FIFO thing, you're doing a good job, man. And I'm stoked to have you in here. There's so many more questions, but I reckon are you based in Perth?
Yeah.
Oh, sick.
Yeah. We'll run it back.
Yeah, run it back. And this is the first podcast recording I've done this year for myself. So this is
another first. Yeah.
And for everybody listening at home, I am making the pivot to really push stage 1 of business development. So if you're looking to start a business, service-based specifically, hit me up. let's do a brainstorming session, and I can give you some feedback on what you've got and how you can mathematically map out exactly the next steps that you need to do. I've found some quick wins over the last 1 to 2 years experimenting with this with my mates, and they're getting some solid wins out of it. So now I'm like, cool, I've done it for myself. I've done it for some other people. And now it's time to, productize it. And the other stage is stage 2. So if you already have a business, but you feel like you're plateauing and you're looking to increase your capacity, the marketing side, easy, no problem. We can work that out. But it's also the next steps. Should you raise your prices? Should you add more value, or should you increase your capacity in terms of people that you hire? I've mathematically figured out how to calculate all of this properly, and we can do it all in one session. So I guess I'm sponsoring myself for this episode as well. But it's been good to have you on, man.
Thank you.
And
it's been a good chat.
How'd you find the studio?
Rate it.
Set up.
Yeah, love it. It's sick. Yeah, like I said, I've got a plan to film something with a good friend of mine. Shout out to Pat. We'll be in here, Pat, if you're listening. It'll be good. Sick.
And for everybody else at home, go have a look at the show notes. All the chapters are in the YouTube video. Apologies for the back and forth as usual, but it's the way we go. You just go here, go there, go backwards, And if you found this episode useful or helpful or insightful, leave a comment, share why, and reach out. The notes are in there. How do we reach out to you specifically?
Instagram's best. Yeah, I'm very active on Instagram.
Yep, the URL is going to be in the description, whether it's on YouTube or on Spotify. If you got this far in the episode, I'd like you to comment the word Muscle Lab on the episode, and we might give you a little bit of a surprise. Haven't figured out what it is yet. I just came up with that.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you have, then comment, and let's go from there. Love your work, and thanks for listening. Leave a review if you haven't yet. It helps. I should really start posting more episodes. Cool.